मान्यवर कि आप ऑनरेबल चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया ऑनरेबल मिस्टर जस्टिस NV रमन्ना सर का स्वागत अभिवादन करें। लोकतंत्र की प्रहरी और संविधान की रक्षक भारतीय न्यायपालिका हमारे संविधान में संस्थापित मूल्यों की प्रतीक है। न्यायपालिका नागरिकों के लिए कानून का अर्थघटन, विवादों का समाधान तथा न्याय प्रदान करने के साथ ही अपने सही अर्थ में चरितार्थ करती है। यतो धर्म ततो जयः। Today we are honored to have with us Honorable Chief Justice of India, Honorable Mr. Justice NV Ramana. Sir, we request you to kindly guide us with your thoughts.
Most respected President of India, Sri Ramnath Kovind, Sri Acharya Devvrat, Honorable Governor of Gujrat, Sri Bhupendra Bhai Patel, Honorable Chief Minister, Sri Kiran Rijiju, Honorable Union Minister for Law and Justice, my brother Justice L. Nageshwar Rao, Justice Abdul Nazir, Justice M.R. Shah, Justice Vikram Nath, Madam Bela Trivedi, and Honorable Chief Justice of High Court of Gujarat, Sri Arvind Kumar, Rajendra Trivedi, Minister of State for Law and Justice, brother and sister judges of Gujarat High Court, Honorable Chief Justice of different High Courts and judges of the different High Courts, judicial officers, registrars of the Gujarat High Court, members of the bar and other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. This is my first visit to the state of Gujarat, and I am thrilled to be in the land of Mahatma Gandhi. This land has been a fertile ground for the national movement. Many great freedom fighters who shaped the destiny of the independent India were born here. Radhabai Nauroji, Vallabhbhai Patel, Vittalbhai Patel, Morarji Desai, Kasturba Gandhi, Vikram Sarabhai, Homi Bhabha were among those towering leaders. Apart from this land also given the distinction of the Chief Justice of India, first Chief Justice of India, Justice Hiralal Kanya. The state of Gujarat has a glorious legal history. Gujarat has been known for orderly dispute resolution. The Nyay Ni Devdi, Temple of Justice, is a fine example of this commitment to justice. Once a prominent court during the British Raj, it is now a district court in Vadodara. In 1960 was a historic year of the High Court and the state of Gujarat, as it marked the bifurcation of the state of Bombay. Since its formation, the High Court of Gujarat has become well known for the effective and efficient adjudication of disputes and the quality of justice dispensation. Standing before the Statue of Unity, it is appropriate to talk about conflict resolution by peaceful means. It is though the skills and leadership of Sardar Patel could make considerable progress in integrating the various princely states into the Union of India. It is in this spirit of conciliation that this conference on mediation and information technology is being organized. I would like to bring the mythological story that I often refer to. It is the story of mediation undertaken by Lord Krishna to prevent the war of Kurukshetra. We all know the consequences of the failed mediation. Imagine how much destruction would have been avoided, how lives could have been saved, and how the kingdoms would have prospered if Lord Krishna had succeeded. Conflicts are inevitable aspects of our lives. Misunderstandings, ego issues, lack of trust, greedy can lead to conflicts. Even the big conflicts can be resolved through understanding. Conflicts have a human face. One must have the foresight to look beyond the conflict. A dispute should not spoil your relationship. A prolonged litigation can not only drain your resources, but also cause animosity. It is not necessary that every conflict or difference of opinion must find its way to the courts. But these differences can be resolved in a neutral environment where both parties are in a win-win situation. After all, life is a balancing act. In times of disagreements, one would usually start by initiating a dialogue to clarify issues. If this is also doesn't work, then the only option for people is to go to courts. Gujarat has always known for its merchants. Nobody understands it better than the merchants that time wasted is money lost. It is this realization that encouraged the merchants of Gujarat to be innovative in their dispute resolution process. In business, one has to think of an easy way of settling disputes without wasting much time or money or losing your peace of mind. In fact, an efficient businessman effectively deals with his disputes. In our country, due to obstacles in formal litigation, people hesitate to approach judicial forums. The concept of ADR through Lok Adalats, Gram Nyayalas, mediation and arbitration centers has the potential to transform the legal landscape of India by providing millions of people a platform to settle their grievances. Imbibing effect of ADR mechanisms into the judicial process can reduce pendency, save judicial resources and time, and allow litigants to a degree of control over the dispute resolution process and its outcome. There are multiple benefits of adopting alternative methods of dispute resolution. Mediation and negotiation at the pre-litigation stage are one of the most empowering methods of resolving disputes as they maximize the participation of stakeholders. But since ADR is designed around the participatory model, its adoption is going to break the existing barrier. From the being an outsider to the process, citizens with their direct involvement will be insiders in the process. Mediation is also increasingly gaining prominence in the international commercial sphere. Private mediations, which take place at the pre-litigation stage, are also becoming more prevalent in the country. Most arbitration clauses in commercial contracts have a multi-tiered approach, where the first attempt to resolve the dispute between parties is through mediation or negotiation. Coming back to the issue of mediation, along with the increased awareness campaigns to educate the people, the role of courts assuming great importance in realizing the full potential of ADR. An active effort must be taken by courts to make negotiations and mediation mandatory as part of case management. Legal service authorities play an integral role in disposal of cases through ADR mechanisms, which include mediation as well as the Lok Adalat systems. But the success of any endeavor rests upon the stakeholders. Lawyers must pursue every possibility of pre-litigation settlement and advise clients to approach Lok Adalats for the greater benefit of the parties. Additionally, it is the responsibility of the parties who opt for this forum to commit and work towards the early resolution of their dispute. It should not be used as a mere delaying tactics. Lastly, judicial officers dispensing justice should not bring any adjudicatory flavor to the proceedings and must understand parties and their economic conditions with patience. We need skilled mediators to decide some significant issues during the process of mediation, particularly in a situation where settlement is fully going in favor of a particular party. What is the duty of a mediator if the settlement reached is patently unjust to the weaker party? Should the mediator be a silent spectator during such negotiations? These are just some of the questions which one must consider, particularly in a country like India with our diverse social fabric. The ideals of substantive quality must be reflected in the resolution process as well. This conference is necessary to resolve these types of issues. With adequate cooperation from all stakeholders, it has the ability to emerge as a tool of social justice in India. Several states in India are currently coming to build a robust ADR-friendly environment. It is appropriate to reiterate the words of Mahatma Gandhi, who has once said, "The true function of a lawyer is to unite parties." Developing expertise in negotiation and mediation is much needed for new lawyers and law students. The skills involved are not only useful in the world of alternative dispute resolution, but are also vital for managing personal and professional relations in day-to-day life. The second aspect which needs our attention revolves around the information and technology and utility in law. I am reminded to quote from an English drama written by James Graham, "Money is fine, but data is power." These words are important for 21st century, wherein computing ability has increased by 1,000,000 times, while law regulates the same has not been able to catch up. The last 3 decades have seen a massive increase in processing power, the explosion of data, significant reduction in data management costs, and increased availability of sophisticated machinery and software. The rapid development of technology has resulted in increased complexity even within the legal and regulatory landscape of the country. For instance, technological developments such as cryptocurrency, data protection, encryption, and artificial intelligence have caused courts and law enforcement agencies to engage with novel issues. With the passage of time, there is a possibility of increased litigation on the issues. At the same time, technology can be beneficially employed by the judicial system. Our profession is at the brink of technology revolution. The pandemic has helped to speed up this process. The traditional litigation model is sometimes criticized as being an extremely expensive process. Charles Dickens in his book, Bleak House, has commented on the number of legal papers generated in a dispute as, I quote, "mountains of costly nonsense." We see every day that tons of papers are filed before courts, especially in a big corporate litigation. They follow the old saying, "If you cannot convince the judge, confuse him." Technology has the potential to simplify this process. Courts in India have started utilizing technology. I don't want to take much time. The initiative taken by the Supreme Court in introducing different systems to speed up the justice system. The disruptive impact of the pandemic in some ways has led us to an area of transformation. These testing times have forced us to innovate. We all had to learn new technological skills and adopt new ways for the betterment of the society. During pandemic, India was the forefront in adopting technology to enable access to justice. To make the idea of access to justice is effective and user-centric, the need of the hour is to popularization of mediation across various platforms. Distance, money, and time are not longer barriers for parties. Online mediation has the ability to revolutionize the justice delivery system by promising simple and affordable justice for all. Before I conclude, I would like to place on record my sincerest thanks to the Honorable Rashtrapati Ji. He has served as a member of Rajya Sabha and as a governor before adorning the highest constitutional office. Irrespective of the office that he has held, his heart was always with the legal profession. I am grateful for his encouragement and guidance to the judiciary. I am fortunate to have enjoyed his goodwill and affection. His wisdom continues to guide us. I would like to thank the Honorable Governor Sri Acharya Devvrat and the Honorable Chief Minister Sri Bhupendra Rajanikanth Patel for graciously facilitating this event. My dear friend Kiran Rijju, every day is ready with new energies to attend such events. During his tenure, a good number of appointments to various high courts were made. I am expecting that he will clear many more soon. I would like to thank my brother and sister judges of the Supreme Court. Their presence and participation enriches the current discourse. Here I must add, the High Court of Gujarat has added immense value to the Indian judiciary by sparing the services of Justice M.R. Shah, Justice Vikram Nath, Sister Bela Trivedi. Lastly, I would like to thank the Chief Justice of Gujarat High Court, Brother Justice Arvind Kumar, and brother and sister judges of the High Court for hosting this conference. Chief Justice Arvind Kumar hard work reflected in the scale and success of this conference. I hope the deliberations in this conference and its working sessions will help finding some solutions to the challenging issues. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Sir, Chief Justice of India, Shri Ramana ji, for sharing your vision and your motivational talk today. Thank you, sir.